Welcome back, friends, to men's NJCAA baseball here at Louisburg College. Louisburg Sports Network presenting live coverage of Hurricanes baseball from behind the backstop. Angel Moreno and Brennan Kaiser in the booth with me. I'm Bill Martone. .32nd game of a scheduled 47-game season on Good Friday, the 3rd day of April 2026. Simon Martone gets the start in Game 1 in the Berg against the visiting Patrick and Henry Community College. The first of 3 games set this weekend, and the 4th of 6 overall for the season between these two teams. Coach Myers and the Hurricanes beating up on the bottom of the division and picking up 5 wins in a row. The Hurricanes now holding firm onto the all-or-nothing 4th place in the standings of the D2 West Conference of Region 10. Louisburg College, 8-13 overall, and 2 better than 500 at 11-9 in the conference. Energy, fortitude, willpower, all needed to keep the winning streak going. Can the Hurricanes keep the Storm on track? Let's put aside any wordplay for today and find out right here on the Louisburg Sports Network. Pitching matchup for this afternoon's Game 1, Wilson versus Martone. Fairly close matchup between the two starting pitchers. 2-0 record with a .551 ERA and .158 whip for the visiting Wilson. And Martone coming in and an even 2-2, .534 and .163. Roughly about even on the strikeouts to walk ratio. Pitcher's ready, batter's ready. And the first pitch, just a bit inside. And a 4-3 to start off the game. And the first pitch to the second batter, Austin McEnany, flared out of play. Bryson Redmond led off for Patrick and Henry with that ground out to Graham White at second. The 0-1, swung on, fly ball, right field. Peyton Shipman coming in on it. It's going to let it drop in. He won't be able to get to it. Graham White, though, picks it up in shallow right field. So ground ball and a single here in the top of the first inning. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard. Grab the link, send it out to all your friends and family. And the first pitch to Josh Hall, the third in the lineup, a called strike. One out, one on, and an 0-1 count here in the top of the first inning. Just on the inside to the left-handed swinging Josh Hall. He's the third baseman. We'll try to grab you the lineups here momentarily. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. Martone trying to work the inside on the southpaw. Misses. 2-1. That's Austin McEnany over on first for Patrick and Henry. The 2-1. And Martone really trying to work the inside, just coming up short off the inside edge of the plate. 3-1 now to the third batter and third baseman for Patrick and Henry. Swung on, shallow right field over Graham White's head. That'll drop in for at least a single. Runners will hold. McEnany at second and Hall at first. So two back-to-back singles to right field. Puts runners first. Working on the opposite side here with our RoboCams today. Just above the strike zone. One ball, no strikes, 2 on, 1 out, top of the first inning. Down the middle gets the called strike, evens up the count here, 1 apiece. Infield playing back, looking for the double play opportunity. Hunter DePriest, the right fielder, in the box. The 2-1. Runners go. Throw down. Almedo threw down to third. Cam Wilson trying to get Austin McEnany, who slid headfirst into the throw, but was ahead of it. Fastball from Martone. Evens up the count, 2-2. The 2-2, a breaking ball, just misses off the outside. Boy, that looked good from the booth. Behind the plate, Justin Edwards, the home plate umpire here in Game 1. Alan Alford, a familiar name and figure on the shallow infield, just to the right on your screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and runners second and third. And Hunter DePriest, the full count pitch. DePriest draws the walk. Martone looking to dial in. Loads up the bases now with 1 out. Force will be at any bag, including home plate, as the 5th batter steps in, Dylan Howell. He'll be the catcher for Patrick and Henry. And the cutter fouled off out of play. Special guest in the booth with me, at least for the start of this game. We'll see how long it lasts. Leighton Babb, welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Come on.
Martone pulls that offering to Dylan Howell and evens up the count now, 1-1 with 1 out. Bases loaded. Top of the first inning. If you're just joining us, about 50 people, plus or minus. Appreciate you joining us.
Oh boy.
And the fastball finds it. A little two-seam action, Leighton.
Absolutely. A lot of run there.
Advantage to the pitcher right now with a 1-2 count, 1 out. And ducks on the pond, I think is the expression to the old-timers.
Right here.
Great pitch. A nice swing and a miss.
Great pitch. That's a nasty sweeper.
Little off-speed breaking ball gets the first K in the book for Martone on the day.
Getting an out here is huge. Don't want any runs to score in the first inning. You always want to come out hot with a 0. So if he can get this batter out, that's huge for us. 2
outs and bases loaded. First pitch flied out into right field. Peyton Shipman, Jace Dunn chasing it into actually out of play area down the right field line. We've talked about it many times. It's where the batting turtle backs up against the batting barn or cage, and kind of in play, but it's lined as out of play, even though the players can run into it, I guess.
Yep.
Might be the best way to say it. Does always leave me to question if they should put a fence up. Kind of similar to the left field line that guards part of the out of play area past the dugout for the visitors.
Absolutely. All right, let's go, son.
An 0-1 count with 2 outs.
Good pitch. Just missed.
Fastball rides a little high.
Get something away here. Get him to roll over and chase.
The 1-1 outside off the plate.
Right idea. Got to execute the pitch here.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the fastball that goes off the plate just a bit wide, that brings it to a 31 count for the starting pitcher. And the top of the first inning here at Frazier Field. Hurricanes taking on Patrick and Henry Community College.
Good pitch.
Swing and a miss. Fills up the count now. In the box right now, Brady Davenport, first baseman.
Come on.
With 2 outs.
This is a big pitch.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. On the fastball. Martone and the Hurricanes back to the dugout for the first time this afternoon here at Frazier Field. 3 left on, 2 hits, no runs. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. We'll be right back. Leadoff batter for the Hurricanes, the second baseman, Graham White, with a 1-2 count. 1-2 strikes to start off the bottom of the first inning. Had to run out and turn on our field mics. Totally got carried away. The 2-2. Just misses a little high and outside. Foul ball down the right side. A little look into the dugout for the Hurricanes. Full count now for the leadoff batter. Foul ball down the left side. Little father and son co-piloting today. We had Leighton Babb here in the top of the first inning watching his teammate Simon get out of a jam, pitching through a bases-loaded situation. Now we got Danny Babb.
Thank you for the hospitality. We've already had to call in a relief pitcher for yet another Babb.
One Babb being relieved by another. And the starting pitcher, Toby Wilson, opens up the bottom of the first inning with a walk. First pitch to the center fielder, Brady Paul, fouled off into the backstop. The 0-1 count, runner goes, hit and run. That ball's high into center field. That'll be caught on the warning track. I got caught watching the game, Danny. I didn't even switch camera angles for the viewers at home. Apologies, but that was a sliding catch from the center fielder, Austin McEnany, down on one knee, headed toward left field. And Graham White will go back. So an FO8 if you're following along at home for Brady Paul. And the third batter now, Cam Wilson, third baseman for the Hurricanes. He looks at a bit of an off-speed pitch down the middle for the first offering. Bats have got to swing, right, Danny?
Absolutely.
Like, it's the only way to win a game in JUCO. The fastball outside with the pump fake from Dylan Howell, the catcher. Runner goes, and the throw down. Not in time. Alan Alford out there, not with any hand signals. I guess he just assumed it was clear enough.
Actions sometimes speak for themselves.
Signal for the base runner. Wilson pops that one up. Howell takes it on the shallow infield, and FO2 for 2 outs.
Look for Jace Dunn to do a little damage here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Seems to be his specialty this year.
First pitch down the middle to Dunn. Through the off-speed pitch. Kind of a classic setup, right? Fastball and then a change-up.
Breaking ball low and away.
Yeah.
Try to get him to chase something now out of the zone.
Gets it off the barrel, off the mound, and that gets through.
CNI singles always come up scoring.
And an RBI single for Jace Dunn.
Good situational hitting there. Put the barrel of the bat, let it find the hole. Just what the Canes needed here in the bottom of the first to get on top. Now you got the power hitting DH, Connor Wright, coming up now.
Flared to right field. Shallow. Oncoming is DePriest. And the second baseman, Copeland, takes it. 1-run scores here in the bottom of the first, giving the Canes a 1-run lead. As one is left on. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Patrick and Henry lineup for this afternoon's Game 1 out of a 3-game set. Bryson Redmond and Austin McEnany in the top 2. Josh Hall, Hunter DePriest in the 3 and 4 slots. Howell, Davenport, Andrevet, Copeland, and Helms round out the order. And Davenport went down swinging. A little bit of excitement in that first pitch, maybe some adrenaline carrying over from that second strikeout and the pitching out of trouble for Martone. He comes back to even it up, 1-1 on Evan Andrevet, the DH. Any stats, Leighton, on Andrevet?
He's batting 200 on the season with a total of 8 hits and 40 at-bats. So this is a hitter that, you know, statistically you have to attack.
A 1-2 count on the leadoff.
Because the odds are is he's going to get himself out. 11 strikeouts and 40 at-bats. He's striking out a fourth of the time.
1 ball, 2 strikes on the first batter.
Good pitch.
And he gets him.
Yep.
Just on the inside portion of the plate and strike zone, says Justin Edwards to start off the top of the second inning with a backwards K in the book if you're following along at home. That was the number 7 batter. Here's Jessen Copeland now, the second baseman. A lot of lefties in this lineup, and he wraps one foul down the right field line. What are your thoughts, Leighton, relative to going after the southpaws as a right-handed pitcher?
I loved starting off with my changeup. If you can get a hitter off balance, that's key to,
Martone slips but picks up the strike, and the count now 0-2.
And that's exactly what Simon's doing. Simon is getting that changeup in for a strike, and then now I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to blow a fastball by this guy.
An 0-2 count now on the second batter with 1 out. And there is
cutter. Great pitch.
Great chase pitch there.
Yep. Now by going there, he opens up the door. He can either go fastball high or he can go something in the dirt. Either one.
The 0-2 to Copeland. Swung on. Flared out of play. Somebody's got a phone call coming in. Yeah, that's Grandma. Front row again this game. A reset now for the 3rd time to Copeland on an 0-2 count. Martone deals. And that one. Sheared off. Out of play down the right side. For the 4th time now, an 0-2 count. And he tries that inside like he got on Andrevet. Just misses off the plate a bit, but forces Copeland to pull back his feet.
This guy as well has 13 strikeouts and 37 at-bats, so this is a high K rate as well.
The 1-2. Gets ahead of the off-speed pitch and pulls that one into the batting cages. Just off the glove of Martone to slow it down before White can get to it. Guess eventually everybody is due as Copeland reaches first. Give you a little bit of a wide view here of Copeland. And a 3rd left-handed batter in a row here to start off top of the second inning, and this is the 9th batter in the lineup, so 7, 8, and 9 all lefties.
This is a great kid for Simon, or a great lineup for Simon to pitch to. Everything Simon throws moves. So for him to be able to face this lineup, to throw a changeup, sinker, slider, whatever he needs, a lot of potential for him to succeed today.
The pickoff, not in time. Off to the left side of Jace Dunn a little bit, but Copeland back. An 1-1 count now. And Helms gets tagged on the shin, maybe the side of the knee. That is not going to feel good. So Copeland down to second as Helm limp down to first base. One out, runners on first and second as we're at the top of the order with Bryson Redmond.
Ground ball here is big.
Tries bringing the, is that a cutter coming down in?
I believe so.
Misses just off the inside of the plate on the fourth left-handed batter this inning. Well, I guess the benefit of having so many left-handed batters, you get used to just throwing the left-handed batters, so it's not like you're having to readjust your strategy.
Right.
Two-oh count. So I can't tell if we're picking up music from the softball field that's running a game, but there's definitely some music somewhere coming across our mics. If you hear it, it's not us. They do have a game coming up here later this afternoon. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Chopped right back up the middle. Stephen Lawrence unable to field it cleanly. He's going to allow the bases to be loaded now for the second time so far this afternoon with only 1 out this time. We'll see what kind of fortitude Martone and the Hurricanes have to pitch and play out of trouble again.
They have 3 hits at the moment, and I think all 3 were weak contact. The one that hit Simon's glove and then the 2 little bloopers in the right field. So this isn't, even though it's been bases loaded back-to-back, this is not a bad outing.
McEnany with the single in his first at-bat. Looks at a first pitch, called strike. Off speed. The 0-1. Swung on. Flared into right. Peyton Shipman comes up with it. Runner will tag from third, so one run will score as the throw from deep in the corner from Peyton Shipman. What a great play by the right fielder. Limits the damage. Two outs now, runners second and third. And Josh Hall, the third baseman, wraps around and pulls that one into the batting cages down the right field line. 0-1 count with 2 outs. Popped up in the elevator shaft, but that'll carry into the out of play behind the booth.
Oh, 2 count. Don't give him anything to hit here. Let it be a competitive pitch, but, you know, nothing over the plate.
Pass ball is going to allow a run to score, so that Patriots now with a 1-run lead here in the top of the second. Two outs and a 1-2 count.
There it is.
Martone really trying to work the inside on the left-handed batters. Just coming up a little bit too inside. Full count now. Payoff pitch with 2 outs.
Come on, Simon.
And he loses him to a walk. Martone really wanted that one. Hurricanes dugout. Usually we hear last few games a lot of energy coming out. Right now it feels a little flat. I don't know if it's me. Maybe I'm being overly critical.
No, you are not wrong there.
2 outs. Runners first and second.
That's one thing that that Coach Myers has preached all season. Up or down, high or low. You got to be there to back up your pitcher.
Hunter DePriest now, the right fielder, steps back in. The 0-1. Martone slipped in the delivery for the second time so far this afternoon. Seems like there's something down there on the landing zone of the mound that's a little unstable. Obviously that probably gets a pit in there. The clay has to be repacked on the regular.
Yep, absolutely.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitches look good, but they're just a bit beneath the zone. Hall came into the day batting .378 with a .622 on-base percentage. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And that was close. Oof. Hall clearly would rather hit than be hit. (3-1). And it fills up the count on a fouled off fastball to the right fielder, Hunter DePriest. The payoff pitch outside. He fills up the bases. A little anxiety. It seems like a little bit of adrenaline opening up and ripping across. Coach Bryce Myers out there talking to the sophomore, trying to break the thought process, maybe some of that negative momentum. Great game on Wednesday, the midweek, for the Bats. Little 18-8 mercy rule over at the North Main Complex in Holly Springs against the Wake Tech Community College. Fifth in a row for the Hurricanes, 5th win in a row for the Hurricanes. 2 midweeks bookended around a 3-game weekend. Popped up, Jace Dunn on the right side, out of play in foul territory. 2 left on after 2 runs score. And the Hurricanes now looking to battle back as they come to bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. We'll be right back. Danny Babb and Bill Martone bringing you Hurricanes baseball here on the Louisburg Sports Network.
We start off the bottom of the 2nd with our shortstop, Steve Lawrence, who's really started picking up the offense as of late, batting just a tad bit under 400 now for the season. Really swinging the bat well, carrying a good glove at short. Look to see some big things this weekend from Stevie.
Puts up the attempted bunt on the 2nd offering now with an 0-2 count for the shortstop.
Attaboy. Good backside base hit, short and swing with 2 strikes on him. Well done.
Sits on the off-speed pitch and drills it into the right center field gap for a leadoff single. You know, the bats for the Hurricanes here in the last 5 or more games have really kind of stepped up and have proven to everybody, the players themselves, their fans, and the other opponents, that the Hurricanes can do a lot of damage with the stick.
Absolutely. They had dug themselves a little hole in the standings in the Western Division and had fallen a couple of games out of the conference tournament. The bats woke up, timely pitching.
Cliff Almedo takes one on the left arm. And Stephen Lawrence now at 2nd as a scoring opportunity.
Peyton Shipman now coming up, a right fielder. Showed a lot of pop Wednesday at Wake Tech with a 3-run homer late in the game to really put that one out of reach.
I've never met somebody's grandmother that's so
She's a popular lady. That
popular.
phone is, and you got to love the old antique, old-timey ring.
There's Mr. Shipman right there. Looks at the off-speed as it's falling off the plate.
Really good hitter's count here for Peyton. With runner in scoring position, a 2-0 count, should be sitting dead red on a fastball. If he can get one as called upon.
Fly ball center field. Under it's going to be McEnany. He'll come up with it.
Good swing there. Good barrel. Just got under just a tad.
2 on, 1 out as we get to the bottom of the lineup with Reese File, the left fielder.
Reese has put together some good hit performances this season. Got his batting average well above 300, which is really impressive for a freshman in college coming out of high school. Just a different level of pitching he faces here.
And an off speed to start his first at bat, gets the called strike. Wilson comes back with a low 80s cutter, maybe, for a 1-1 count with 1 out and 2 on. Popped up center field, McEnany and DePriest. And McEnany will call for it. 2 in a row for the center fielder now. And that takes us to the top of the Hurricanes lineup. Mr. Graham Wyke. Just a snip under 350 with a couple of homers.
I believe he started our season with a opening game home run. That was not on anybody's bingo card for this season. We could have placed some bets on some more of the power hitters, but Graham delivered the first ball over the left field fence here at Frazier Field this season.
2 on, 2 out. And 2 strike. Well, I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike on the 5th in the inning, top of the order overall. And the breaking ball falls off a little too early.
Really good take there from Graham.
Wilson at 30 pitches. At least. Fly ball, shallow right's going to drop in. Bryce Myers waving on the.
Another timely 2-out base hit by this Louisburg Hurricanes lineup. First inning was Jace Dunn. Now Graham picking up the work with 2 outs.
Lawrence scores head first. Almedo into third, and a first and third with 2 outs now as Wyke sits at first. An off-speed pitch he waited on and just went backside. Shallow right field.
Showed great discipline. Been a good backside hitter all season. Hits a lot of balls back up the middle. Really good discipline at bat there. We look for Brady to really continue his hot streak here.
And the fastball from Wilson high and away to the lefty.
Kid had a dream day at Wake Tech on Wednesday with 3 doubles and a home run.
The 1-0 runner goes. The throw down is pump faked. And now there's going to be a pickoff right at third base for the 3rd out. Tie score after 2 innings, 2 apiece. Couple of singles for the Hurricanes that brings them back into even Steven as we go to the top of 3 here on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Louisburg defense for this afternoon's Game 1 matchup. File Paul and Shipman from left field to right. Wilson, Lawrence, Wyke, and Dunn from third to first, and Cliff Almedo catching for the starting pitcher, Simon Martone. Toggling back and forth between Leighton Babb and Danny Babb on the mic with me this afternoon. I'm Bill Martone bringing you Hurricanes baseball. It's tie score here as we start the top of the third inning at the historic Frazier Field. Foul ball is followed up by a bit of a cutter that just misses that outside. Leighton, that's got to be the most frustrating thing as a pitcher when you know you're locating really, really good, but not good enough to the home plate umpire's preference. Soft fly ball. Graham Wyke leaps and gets it on the shallow infield, unlike our camera operator, who totally missed it. What a nice little play by Graham Wyke as he backpedals, hops up, and start off the inning.
But as you were saying, it is very frustrating on the mound when you feel like, you know, you're doing your best and throwing balls over the plate and you're just not getting those calls. So you have to figure out, you know, what's working, and you got to just adjust.
Swing and a miss for Evan Andervet.
And it looks like that's exactly what Simon's doing.
Andervet started off the second inning going down looking. He wraps that one hard to Jace Dunn. Over to first. He takes it himself unassisted for the second out. And a quick 2 outs. Gotta like these innings.
Yeah, this is the Simon we all know and love. I had a talk with him when I went into the dugout. I said I don't want another runner on base the next 2 innings. So right now that's looking good.
That one a little bit off the hand of Cliff Almedo. Popped up, right side. Cliff Almedo going to make a run, but
need it.
And he gets it.
Great job, Simon. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hurricanes quick 1-2-3 inning, go into the dugout. All of about maybe a half dozen pitches for Martone. That's going to help the count.
It was
for the day.
7 pitches, 7-pitch inning. That's very good. Very good.
Tie score in the middle of 3 here on the Louisburg Sports Network. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. We'll be right back. First pitch to Brady Paul, just a bit out of the strike zone. Danny Babb and Bill Martone bringing you Hurricanes baseball.
Whatever adjustments Simon made going between the second and third innings is definitely worth repeating. Baseball is about a game of mid-game adjustments, and he really did adjust on the fly as we look at a good breaking ball there to Brady Paul.
Yeah, Toby Wilson gets the top side of the strike zone on the left-handed hitting center fielder. He wraps that one hard toward the second baseman. A 4-3 is going to start the inning. Paul actually was left at the plate and got a new lease on life after the end of the last inning, or the end of the second inning, rather, ended with a pickoff at third of Cliff Almeida, who had slipped in the third base line. Cam Wilson.
Cam enters today with a season batting average of .333, several home runs, a really good on-base percentage. Playing a good third base for us. Sends a shot down the left field line that wraps into the visitors' bullpen for a strike.
Wilson v. Wilson right now. Toby Wilson on the bump. Cam Wilson in the box. 8 homers to Mr. Cam Wilson's name.
Good take there. Kind of one of those Forrest Gump Wilson moments right here, Bill.
Love it.
Good barrel there. Should get down in front of the left fielder. Made a
diving
great
catch.
Diving catch.
Bryson Redmond in left field.
Nothing you can do there. Tip your hat to the kid. As Jace Dunn just did come in to bat. Game always recognizes game, Bill.
Jace Dunn with 10 on the year so far himself. And the good news is, for all the home runs that the Hurricanes are hitting, they're not coming here on a short porch.
No, sir.
Home runs Wednesday happening at the North Main Athletic Complex. Trying my hardest not to call it Ting.
Myself, it's always going to be Ting to me. The ball that was hit by Brady Paul in the top of the first inning was a ball I didn't think was going to land for a while. It almost reached.
Yeah, behind the bullpens.
Absolutely. It was. That is a short porch over at right at, well, formerly known as Ting. It's only 305 in the corner, but
he was beyond the bump out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He hit the top of this wrought iron fence that basically encloses the whole complex out there before he hit the sidewalk on Main Street. He had every bit of probably close to 400 feet.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the fastball rides high and inside on the third batter, Jace Dunn. Jace Dunn singled in his first at-bat in the first inning, and I believe he drove in the Graham Wykes RBI.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. And
great take there by Jace, who's really kind of had some struggles with that outside breaking ball. Very good discipline there to lay off that pitch that was outside. Now we got Connor Wright coming in. I think we have double-digit home runs for Mr. Wright for the season as well.
Yeah, my box here says 7. I believe he's at least 8 or more.
The home runs that he's has hit have been some ticker tape ones. You could really walk for a while before you'd fetch one. He hit one here deep over the parking lot here at Frazier Field earlier in the season.
The 1-1, high and away. There's Jace Dunn over at first with 2 outs. And the next offering fouled off past the hands of Coach Bryce Myers, the interim head coach. This is an interim head coach matchup today. I noticed as putting together the book, the Patriots with Mason Gary, their interim head coach. And that's a FO9 to leave one on. So 2 quick half innings in the third. No runs scored with 1 left on for the Hurricanes. You're watching Louisburg College Baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon here at Frazier Field. Started off in the mid-70s. It's incrementally climbing up, possibly going to touch 80 before the day is out with a little breeze in the air. Makes it exceptionally comfortable if you want to come out and you're in the area to watch some JUCO, NJCAA, Region 10 top caliber baseball. By all means, Louisburg College in Louisburg, North Carolina, about an hour's drive from Raleigh, the state capital. Leighton Babb back on the mic with me as the starting pitcher Simon Martone is on the bump.
Sorry.
First batter is the bottom of the order, Brennan Helms, and he is the shortstop. Was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Wraps that one into left center field. That'll drop in for a leadoff single. And back to the top now with Bryson Redmond, back-to-back lefties. 119 off the barrel on that one, according to the Pro 2S Sports Radar gun here in the booth. I don't know if I believe that, though.
I don't think that's quite accurate. 119 is very hard. There we go.
Fastball gets fouled off to the next batter. And the count now 0-1. Martone at 70 pitches. There's a hand, an arm in the bullpen warming up. I'm going to guess that would be Mr. Anthony Dorner, southpaw.
It is.
Second inning there just kind of ran up the pitch count on Martone, so probably if I had to guess, he'll go to 100.
If I had to say, I'd say it'd be somewhere 95, 100 area.
An 0-2 count now on the second batter with one on, no outs. And he pulls that one inside. These lefties seem to be a magnet for that pitch. Fastball that...
I think what he's trying to do on the ones that keep going inside is he's trying to run a sinker in on the hands, either get a swing and a miss or a strikeout looking.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and that one wrapped on the left side, past a reaching Cam Wilson, not going to get it though, and that'll be a single to make it first and second, one out, no outs, pardon me. Austin McEnany now the center fielder, about to step in for his third look at the starting pitcher. He singled and flied out to right field.
Looking at the stats, it seems like Austin's either a hit or a strikeout guy. He's tallied 31 hits on the season, but also has 25 strikeouts.
All or nothing. Corners now crouching in as McEnany puts up the bump. Martone with the pickoff at center, and it goes past. Unfortunately, it did not get caught on camera either. Beautiful throw to the left side of the bag. And just Graham White tried his best to get a glove on it, and obviously a youngster is not happy with the turnout of that play based on the crying we were hearing.
I wouldn't either.
And right now, we're getting some conferencing from the head coach, Mason Gary, questioning if it was a balk or not. Someone is not happy in the stands. Major meltdown reporting for duty, sir.
I feel their pain.
A very nicely executed pickoff attempt from the pitcher. Unfortunately, just turn of events. It did not land in the glove. Well located. Holy Hannah.
Unfortunately, that's the rough side of baseball. You know, you can do everything right, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
Oh, I was talking about the toddler.
I guess everything's not going their way either.
Foul ball, 0-1 count now with no outs, and runners second and third.
Good pitch.
Cuffed him on the inside, fouled off down the right. Yeah, great way to get ahead in the count with 2 foul balls. There goes a little guy. He's going to get what he wanted, after all. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. McEnany on his toes goes after that one. Fourth on the day for Martone. Kind of at this point in the pitch count, though, he's typically a bit higher on the K rate. One out. And the first pitch to Josh Hall, fouled off out of play. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Josh Hall Jr. I have kind of elected to leave that out, but you know, being a junior myself, I can appreciate it. Just shortening it up, though, for broadcast work. 0-1.
Good pitch. Beautiful changeup.
About 65 people watching. Let us know in the live stream, live chat, whatever you want to call it, where you're watching from. The 0-2 fouled off. Martone and Hall now battling.
I think a curveball low right here will get the job done.
Martone digs back in on the slab. One out, runners second and third. The 1-2 count, high fly ball, right field. That's going to likely clear the fence. And that'll be a 3-run homer. Bit of a mistake on the location there as Hall goes out of the short porch yard in right field. And a 3 RBI homer for the Patrick and Henry Patriots gives them a 3-run lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Martone closes in on 85. He's just shy at 83, and it looks like already some looks from the dugout by the pitching coach Shane Bogley down to Anthony Dorner. And the first pitch now to Hunter DePriest, the right fielder. A called strike. He has walked now. He is 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Martone seems a little bit peeved as he throws in 2 strikes. Tries for the breaking ball there and just misses a little high. and gets him swinging. Two strikeouts this inning. Brings it up to 5 total on the day. Dylan Howell popped out to the first baseman. He wraps that one on the ground, and Stephen Lawrence boots it. Third baseman tries to play the ricochet, but Cam Wilson won't have enough time. An E6, I believe, for possibly the second time today, will allow Dylan Hall to reach first with 2 outs. Brady Davenport, the first baseman, popped out to Graham White in the third. Curveball curves quite a bit off the plate. 2-0 with 2 out and a runner on first. And he gets that outside edge, very nicely executed by the right-handed sophomore. 2-1. Down the middle, but just a bit too low, trying to nip that 8 pocket of the pitching trainer. What do you think of the ABS, Leighton? Is that something you're keen to, or do you?
I wish we had it. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I kind of feel like even in the MLB, it should just be either one or the other, but not both. Either be a purist and let the umpires subjectively call the game, or go to the ABS system and just let it be what it is.
If it was, oh wow,
lined up the middle,
just left middle. If it was one or the other, I'd have to pick going with the umpire. Umpires have been part of baseball for a long time, so I feel like without umpires, the game's totally different.
Yeah, it really is what the game has been for over 100 years. In my opinion, it really is where it should be, and this desire to bring in automated umpiring for the strike zone purposes, I think, just opens a can of worms. So Martone's going to exit now at 94 pitches. Picked up 5 strikeouts and allowed 5 runs on 7 hits as Anthony Dorner is making his way from the bullpen here in the 4th inning. So some days you eat the bear, other days the bear eats you, but the Hurricanes still have a lot of runway left here in Game 1 to battle back with the Bats. And Mr. Anthony Dorner coming in on short rest with an appearance, a relief appearance on Wednesday at Wake Tech. I believe he put up just about 50 pitches. So it's kind of a do-or-die point in the season for the Hurricanes. They're fighting to stay in 4th place. Behind them is a combination of Wake Tech Eagles along with the Guilford Tech Spartans. Thank you. I could see their logo, and I couldn't recall what that was. And so the Hurricanes trying to do, and Bryce Myers and Coach Shane Bogley trying to do all they can to just simply fight off whoever is that 5th place contender. And that means having to put all your cards on the table in those midweeks against Wake Tech. 2nd year in a row for which all Wake Tech games are going to be midweeks, alternating between here at Frazier Field and Wake Tech's field. on a Wednesday, and you kind of just can't afford to lose or give up any ground to Wake Tech, and now you got Guilford in the mix behind them as well.
Right.
And here, of course, battling on a 3-game set. The third place, Patrick and Henry Patriots, who at one point were at the top of the Region 10 D2 West region, rather. They've slipped down with, help me out, Leighton. Who bumped up to first all of a sudden?
Catawba Valley and Cleveland.
Cleveland's at the top,
Valley.
and Catawba Valley so they're kind of almost neck and neck at the 1-2, and basically just puts Louisburg in a position where they really have to battle strategically for every possible opportunity being presented to them. First pitch now from Anthony Dorner, a called strike with 2 outs. Batter in the box is Evan Androvet. Ricochets off of the third baseman, Cam Wilson, as he tries to backhand a screamer coming at him, and another run scores. As Androvet will reach on an E5. So we're having a hard time this afternoon on the left side of the infield. 3 errors so far for the Hurricanes. Just having to call it like it is. Pittsburgh, Suffolk, and Liberty all checking in. Thanks for letting us know where you're watching from. We really appreciate your viewership and patronage coming back game after game here on the Louisburg Sports Network. Two outs, first and second. Anthony Dorner on the bump as a reliever this inning.
Pitch.
And he just misses with the off speed on the inside of Jessen Copeland. Nearly through the order here. This is the ninth batter of the inning for the Patriots. Just off the plate from the left-handed batter. Copeland popped out to the catcher Cliff Almedo in the third inning to end the third inning.
Wow.
And Copeland draws the walk to fill up the bases. Davenport at third, Androvet at second, and Copeland at first. And here is the top for this inning, Brennan Helms. He singled and eventually scored.
Come on, Dorner. Good pitch.
That was a very good pitch. And Helms kind of checks his swing. I mean, why not just pull the trigger and let it rip? Obviously something that gave him a little apprehension at the last second that he checks.
Right. He most likely the scenario was he was not expecting a slider first pitch.
There he swings through the same exact pitch for an 0-2 count with 2 outs.
If I were Dorner in this situation, I'd throw the same exact thing again, but just a couple inches outside.
Just let it ride, huh? All red?
Absolutely. Keep it away from him.
Yep. Swing and a miss. There goes Anthony Dorner back to the dugout with the Hurricanes right behind him. 3 left on after 4-run score in the top of the 4th inning for the Patrick and Henry Patriots. Coming up for the Hurricanes, Lawrence, Almedo, and Shipman. We'll be right back. Stephen Lawrence in the box to start off the bottom of the fourth inning as he looks at 2 pitches from Toby Wilson, just not to his preference. Wilson now cresting the 54 mark in total pitches thrown as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. Danny, I was advised on the side that sometimes I pause in the middle of my sentences and I should speak a little bit more fluidly.
I would tend to disagree. I think you've got this down cold.
We do need a press cam here. We have a nice backdrop behind us, but we really need a press cam to let everybody see what we're faced with. Backhanded by the shortstop. 2 bounces, and Lawrence is going to chase, or rather beat that one out to first.
We might have a little injury to the shortstop. He made the backhanded play, but he was kind of hobbling after he planted his right foot there. He's still kind of limping around out there.
That's going to be a very clean base hit by Stephen Lawrence deep in the hole between the third baseman and shortstop. Shortstop for the Patriots, Brennan Helms, with Josh Hall on the hot corner, Jessen Copeland at second, and Brady Davenport at first. Dylan Howell behind the dish, the first offering to the Hurricanes catcher. Cliff Almeida called strike. 1 out, no outs, runner on first. Foul ball out of play.
I believe you said earlier in the top half of the fourth inning we had some viewers from Pittsburgh. I want to say hello to Mr. Bill and Trudy Lawrence, Steve's parents. As Cliff wears another one in the second and now the fourth inning on the back of the left arm.
Back-to-back HBPs for Cliff Almeida. That's a hard way to make a living.
Absolutely.
But especially considering the peppering that young man takes behind the plate as a catcher. I know earlier in the game I saw him shake his bare hand, his right hand. Obviously took a foul ball in some capacity.
He's a tough kid. Peyton Shipman Dix in here to try to do some damage with no outs here in the home half of the fourth. We got to put a crooked number up of our own here. Good take there on a low outside fastball.
Peyton Shipman flied out to the left fielder, kind of a line out of sorts in his last at bat.
Kid made an all-star catch, laid out and caught that to really take the momentum out of that last inning or the second inning.
Yeah, and if had that landed a little sooner in front of the glove of the left fielder, Bryson Redmond, man, that would have been at least a double because that would have got by him as he was on his stomach. And the fastball misses low middle, rather. And, yeah, tomato,
Politically correct way of saying, hey, that looked good.
Well, yeah, we have this weird vantage point up here at about 30 degrees elevation, for which it's very deceiving when we're looking down, center mass, if you will, just like this right here. That would appear to be maybe at the knees, and it is just otherwise not a strike. Full count now with no outs and runners on the right side, first and second.
New life in that Hurricanes dugout. The boys are getting a little rowdy.
Yeah, they need to right now. Popped up. Dylan Howell's going to give up on that quick, as does the third baseman, Josh Howell.
Good 2-strike approach here by Shipman, just getting something in play. Attaboy.
And he draws the walk to load up the bases.
That's a very good at-bat for the freshman.
And I think we identified Shipman in one of our last broadcasts as leading with walks. And here comes the coach, or one of the coaches. I'm not sure if that's the head coach, Mason Gary, or maybe assistant coaches Cole Tippins or Matt Duffy, but Looks like Toby Wilson is at least going to get an initial visit, while there are some individuals standing down in the bullpen on the left side.
Starting to get a little activity out there. Just join in on the previous comment you made about Peyton Wilson leading the team in walks. Very impressive for a freshman trying to come in, make a name for himself, being hyper-aggressive.
Peyton Shipman, I
apologize. And apologies to Peyton there, but to be that patient as a freshman when you're trying to make a name for yourself and lay off some pitches, not try to do too much, let the game come to him, is just a testament to his dedication to his craft.
Shipman, a 4-2 transfer out of the Delaware University baseball program, came in actually out of Delaware and putting up really a stellar performance here at Louisburg.
Great situation for Reese Fowl here with bases loaded. I wouldn't be surprised to see us lay down a bunt here, even though they are in bunt formation. They got their middle infielders back in double play depth, but their corners are in up on the grass.
Lawrence on third. He's got plenty of base path speed.
Absolutely.
The 1-0. Check swing, foul ball.
Coach Myers has been known to call out the squeeze from time to time. I don't know that it's really at a call here, down 4 runs, but you got to put some runs on the board this inning. Good take there.
2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Ducks on the pond, my new figure of speech since last broadcast. I'll try not to wear it out. And the next offering fouled off out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, out of 9 total scheduled for Game 1 out of a doubleheader on a Friday, Good Friday. Chopped roller on the left side. It's going to be fielded foul by the third baseman, Josh Howell. That could have been a really nice play because Howell, with the bounce, had to wait for it to come down, and Lawrence was in clean.
Easily going to score there, but we'll take new life here. Reese Fowl try to put something in play. Good take there.
Fills up the count now on a breaking ball, low and away.
You'll hear a lot of chatter from this Hurricanes dugout now.
Full count pitch.
Good check swing there to lay off something that he couldn't barrel.
Wilson just shy of 70 pitches. Fly ball, center field. Oncoming is McEnany. He takes it. Stephen Lawrence tags up.
There we go.
And a run scores on it.
Well done by Reese Fowl there to the sac fly to the center fielder. Bringing up the top of our lineup with Graham White, who's already shown
a walk and a single.
Play with an RBI in the, what was that, the 2nd inning, I believe. No time better than now for that same backside approach to score Almeida from second.
Wilson's first offering just off in the outer third of the plate. Gets the called strike, but not something that Graham White is going to attempt to put a barrel on.
No, what you would call a pitcher's pitch, not a...
Chopped hard on the left side.
Good job of hit and run action
Helms
here.
backhands it and makes the throw, but not in time.
Base is going to be chock full of Hurricanes with Brady Paul up to bat.
An infield single for the leadoff Graham White as he beats out the throw on a hard chopper that bounced super high to the shortstop, Brennan Helms, and that loads him up. As the left-handed swinging center fielder, Brady Paul, steps in. He swings at a pitch that's a bit high and away.
I love the aggression, though. Not being passive here. He's in attack mode.
Yes, he is.
And there we go.
Barrels that one on the left side. That gets through. That'll be 2 that are going to score.
Attaboy. Nobody covering third. We're going to be.
And now we got a throwaway at second. That's going to possibly be an inside the park play at home. And the Hurricanes are excited. Brady Paul with an inside-the-park home run.
Well, I don't know. We'll call it an inside-the-park home run. We'll call it a single with the throwing error in the second to try to pick him up. And he
Come on, Danny.
Hey,
come on, man.
I am a homer, but I'm going to be a realistic homer. We'll give him a 2 RBI single and then the other 2 runs score on the throwing error to try to pick him off in second. But I love the energy, Bill.
Finds his way all around the bases, touches them all. How about that?
There we go. We touched them all. I'll give you that.
Brady Paul touches them all. And Cam Wilson now probably going to have to dial in the adrenaline as he just watched his teammate ahead of him.
And I can tell you that Hurricanes dugout is pumped up, and there's one individual, number 20 over there, who's probably got the biggest smile on his face. He did not have his A-plus game today, pitched well, had some fielding errors from the Hurricanes, but now the Hurricanes bats in true fashion have woken up and given our team new life.
A single and some extra bases by Brady Paul puts a 1-run lead in favor of the Hurricanes now in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Cam Wilson reminds Toby Wilson, I got power. Frankly, Cam Wilson just reminded everybody in the stadium. Fly ball, shallow center field, oncoming Austin McEnany. Gets to it, makes it 2 away. So Dorner, at least at this point, a little bit early to get too far ahead of ourselves, but he's in very, very early contention for a save if he can stave off the Patriots. And that one wrapped into left field.
I don't know if he'll get 2 bags out of this or not. Probably cut him off there. Left fielder did a good job of cutting that off before it got to the corner. 2 singles for Jace on the day with a walk earlier. Let's keep this momentum going. We put up a nice crooked number. We've got another mound visit here. This is going to be the end of the day for Mr. Wilson.
Jace Dunn gets the fist bump from Coach Bogley.
We've got a lefty coming out of the bullpen. I do not yet have a jersey number, but
gets the high fives from his teammates, gets himself on base. We'll keep an eye on Mr. Dunn. He's always fun to take a look at. He's patting hands, tapping the helmet.
Kid's entered.
Yeah,
teammates love him. Seems to be a very coachable kid, just all around. The kind of kid you want to have on your baseball team. Can't say enough about him. As the pitcher Wilson exits the game for Patrick and Henry. Don't yet see a jersey number on the lefty relief pitcher coming in. We'll give you some information on the gentleman when we get a jersey number.
In center field looks like number 6.
6 on my card is Mr. Landon Finley, coming in with 15 2/3 innings pitched on the season. An ERA just shy of 11, with 11 strikeouts for the year on the 15 2/3 innings, giving up 24 hits.
So Wilson exits with 88 pitches total, gave up 3 walks, 5 earned runs on 3 2/3 inning of work. And I don't want to say that it was good or bad. It's just a day of work.
I mean, he had good stuff early on, kept our bats in check, but these Hurricanes bats, this lineup, when you look at 1 through 9, everybody batting north of 325. You don't have an easy out 1 through 9 in this batting lineup.
Last I looked, NJCAA, I'm sure it's probably changed a little bit, but this was midweek. The Hurricanes, 19th nationally in batting average.
I looked yesterday afternoon just to do a little prep work. Cliff Almeida is leading Region 10 in batting, and that includes D1, 2, and 3. Brady Paul, I believe, was second. We've got there was about 4 or 5 Hurricanes that were in the top 12 in batting in Region 10.
Yeah.
Just to fall back on what you were saying earlier about the interim situations.
The pitching staff's going to keep you in the game. The
Absolutely.
bullpen is going to try to help you hold on, but the bats are what are winning.
Win it with some offense, and I know that's what Coach Myers is leaning on. We're hoping that interim tag gets removed from our guy, and he leads this organization to the next level.
The first offering now to Connor Wright, a called strike. He's got a pair of flyouts so far today. Runner goes, swing.
Oh, standing steal by
Connor Wright.
The speedster Jace Dunn.
Unattested stolen base. On an attempted hit and run.
Some bad communication there with a southpaw pitching for Patrick and Henry to give a stand-up base steal to a runner at first that he could check. Is a little miscommunication there on the pitching side.
One left on after of runs score, if that's correct. 5 come across in the bottom of 4 as the Hurricanes take a 1-run lead here in Game 1. We're headed to the 5th inning. We'll be right back. First pitch from Anthony Dorner to start off the top of the 5th inning, just a bit outside. Redmond, the leadoff batter, top of the order and top of the lineup. 1-1. Redmond works a walk to start off the top of the 5th inning. Oh, my. Dorner's fastball finds the strike zone. Keeping the viewers on their toes, Danny. You're back on the mic. Leighton was in here for a little bit. He exited quickly before we went live. You guys been trading off and on?
Well, Bill, for 20 years I've been cleaning up that kid's messes. So it's just another day at the office for the senior Bab. Good
Jace
play there
Dunn
by Jace.
fields the ground ball and gets the force down at second. 3-6.
I think Leighton has gone downstairs. Our radar gun up here in the booth is a little shy of being accurate, so he's going down to do a little consultation with the radar gun from Patrick and Henry to get some accurate readings.
Our height and cosine angle has probably got us at about, maybe 5%, but it's enough to make a difference when you're spotting for your teammates.
When you know a guy's normally in the 86 to 88 range and your gun's showing 82 to 84, you know there's a little something off.
Yep. True. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first. High fly ball, there. Center field. Brady Paul at the track comes up with it.
We got a guy named Brady. Good tracking there. Try to get the ball in quickly, and 2 really quick outs after a leadoff man gets on. Now we're trying to go ahead and shut this down.
Maybe I should have called Brady Paul's last at-bat a Little League home run.
We'll give him a juice box and a brownie after the game. He definitely earned it on that.
Run him around.
Brady Paul touches them all. That could be a new shirt in the bookstore.
Heck yeah.
Get the kids some NIL money. Brady Paul touches them all.
Oh. First time I've seen it here in 2 years that I've been watching the Louisburg Hurricanes.
Yeah, I like the description. It's definitely a Little League home run. One that a parent would still brag and say, my kid hit a home run today.
Heck yeah. Two balls, no strikes, and 2 outs, a runner on first. Hunter DePriest is 0 for 1. Runner goes.
Hunter's one of their better hitters coming in for the season, batting just under 400 at 383 coming into today's action with 7 home runs, 32 hits. Scored 26 runs with a slugging percentage of .714. Kid's got some pop. Dorner would be wise to kind of stay away here.
Fly ball, Reese File on the runs. Not going to get to it before it reaches fair territory in the left field corner. And that one goes deep into the corner. So that'll be at least an RBI double for Hunter DePriest.
He's stopping him at third. That will not be an RBI. Got into the bullpen over there, and they're going to bring the runner back to third. So that run will not score. A little good fortune for the Hurricanes there. Dorner's now just 1 pitch away from getting out of a little jam here.
Yeah, it's kind of a little tricky corner.
Yeah.
Down in there, and I do have the dimensions here, and you can kind of see it on this graphic at home. Down in the left field corner, and if it gets into that bullpen, if it ricochets back into the bullpen, they're going to bring those runners back, as Danny was describing.
Attaboy. Way to start ahead here. Rather pitch downhill than uphill in this situation. Not sure, this may be their cleanup batter, or at least 3, 4, or 5 hole hitter.
Dylan
stepped
Howell
away for a little bit.
Struck out, flied out, and reached on an error. Donning the mirrored sunglasses at the plate. Can't say if I've been noticing the hitters doing that.
Not a lot.
The 1-1. And Howell's out on his toes. Almost looks like he's
fishing out there. Dorner's not really giving anything he can barrel here. Eventually he's got to come into the strike zone with a 2-1 count unless he can get another chase here.
Yeah, our gun is definitely off. I just saw 147, so there's something wrong.
Yeah.
2-1.
That's a great backdoor breaking ball there.
Now that one seemed a little more appropriate. Low 80s into the 70s, but even still. I wonder if we maybe we need to Kind of thinking it might be pointed down a little too much. The 2-2 wrapped over to third. Cam Wilson can't come up with it. We're having a tough day on the left side of the infield collectively.
2 runs are going to score on the error there on the hot corner. Dorner did his best. Got a ground ball. He just couldn't field it clean to get out of the inning.
Back and forth seesaw match here between the Patriots and the Hurricanes, but this is what it should inform the Hurricanes. They are competitors and capable of contending for the W against the Patriots.
You just can't give a team with this much offense in their bats second chances, third chances, 5 fielding errors on the rest of our season.
Dan, I'm going to try to sneak around you. And
Bill's trying to adjust our radar gun to get some accurate readings. We've got a ground ball that gets through the right side. Runners will stop at first and second, and I believe we have number 48, Evan Andrewett, coming into play now, or coming into bat.
Is that the correct? I've been saying Androvet. Is it a W sound?
Don't get me to lie to you, Bill. My Harnett County slang is not the greatest of pronouncing people's names.
Well, neither is my Northeastern hard R.
Hard R. I am, if he's Smith or McLean or McNeil, I'm your guy. But
yep.
As Cliff kind of takes one off the leg there, he's going to kind of limp around, caught a foul ball there off the top of the leg, maybe the ankle. It's kind of, as you noted earlier, taking 2 balls to the back of the plate, took one off the hand on an attempt to block. Now taking some foul balls for you guys watching at home. You want an exercise in futility, put on some catcher's gear and get in a JUCO game. You're gonna take some lumps.
Otherwise referred to as the tools of ignorance.
Absolutely. Great pitch there. Another backdoor slider. These lefties are not going to really be able to touch that at the knees. That's going to be a really hard ball to put into play. Wouldn't fool around, stay in that same zone there.
The 0-2 with 2 outs. Fly ball right field. Peyton Shipman's going to have to give up the chase as it makes its way into the bullpen of the Hurricanes. Andrevet struck out looking in the second, grounded out to Jace Dunn, and then reached on an E5 back in the 4th.
As alluded to by the junior Bab earlier, this guy's swing to miss ratio has been a little off this season with his Ks to hits, but he's put in a good battle here against Dorner. Lefty on lefty action. Dorner's not giving in. Kid consistently is fouling balls off. I think we got a check swing, strike 3 there to ring him up.
Dorner takes the Hurricanes back to the dugout, but not before 2 runs score in the top of the 5th inning. Battling back and forth are the Hurricanes and the Patriots here in Game 1 of a 3-game weekend set and Game 1 of a doubleheader on Friday. You're watching Hurricanes Baseball on Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Danny Babb and Bill Martone back with some live action as we start the bottom of the 5th inning. Stephen Lawrence at the plate for the Hurricanes. Remind me, who's our reliever for the Patriots, Danny? Number 6?
That is Landon Finley. Now we got Cliff Almeida coming up, our catcher who's leading the team in batting average and as of today leading our team in hits by pitch. We hope to be able to put a barrel on the ball here and get some get back after giving up a crooked number in the top of the 5th.
If there's a trend, well, so much for that. Ground ball to short, 6-3, 2 outs. No need to even talk about it then. I was looking at the fact that Almeida made it to 3rd and got picked off, unfortunately, in his first hit by pitch, and then the next time around he actually scored. So I was hoping for something more productive to call. Peyton Shipman in the box. Swings through a breaking ball. Number 1 pocket in the pitching.
Looks like it's going to stay outside and just kind of hangs there and drifts back in across the plate. Got to be
ground ball left side.
Another 2-out, 2-strike hit for the Hurricanes. There is no give up in these bats as Reese Fowl comes in to try to extend this inning a little further and played a tying run here in the home half of the 5th.
Fowl with the sac fly ball to the center fielder in the 4th inning. Kept things rolling for the Hurricanes. Got the first run of 5 across in the 4th.
Shipman had to be very careful over here, but I was about to say this would be a perfect time for some hit and run action, but the left field runner's going to have to stop at second. Get our leadoff batter, Graham White, yet another opportunity with 2 outs to try to tie this game with a timely base hit.
Finley deals.
Good block there by the catcher to prevent runners from advancing there. That could have easily gotten away.
Dylan Howell behind the plate for the Patriots in Game 1. And the fastball just beneath the strike zone.
This is the count that Graham wants to see. 2-0, sit dead red on a fastball, lay off anything outside that he cannot drive here. Good opportunity for Graham.
The 2-0 wrapped just to the glove.
Just caught it off the end of the barrel there. Just a little ahead of that. He stays back a fraction there, and we see a ball hit the center field.
2 left on. No run score as we complete 5 innings and head to 6 out of 9 on the day for the Game 1 of a doubleheader. Canes trail by 1 after 5. We'll be right back. Little look into the Hurricanes dugout as we come back from break. And the first pitch to start off the 6th inning from Anthony Dorner, a called strike. Jess Copeland, the second baseman, flies one to right field, going to fall into the glove of
That's Peyton Shipman.
Peyton Shipman in right. You called it, sir.
Not quite sure what name I attached to Peyton earlier in the inning or earlier in the game. I
Did you say
out of
Peyton
there.
Wilson?
Maybe I said Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm a Wolfpack guy at heart. Our All-American linebacker that's now playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, dropping a little Wolfpack knowledge there for those viewing from home. If anybody can enlighten me at what time the Tar Heels play basketball tonight, I'd love to catch a glimpse of that game if you could fill me in. Got a pitch hitter now here. Bill, number 45, appears to be coming into bat for Patrick Henry. I'm going to have to get a name here. This looks like Jathan. Is it Inman? I believe Jathan Inman is pitch hitting now for Patrick Henry, number 45.
Coming in for Brennan Helms.
Batting 182 for the season with 2 hits to his credit.
And this is in the 9th position of the lineup for the shortstop that you called earlier that looked like he was limping.
Brings up the top of their order now, and Dorner can continue to try to sit some runners down.
Back to the top with Bryson Redmond. 1 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out, reached on an error, walked, and singled.
What a beautiful day we have here at Frazier Field, Bill. If you are not here, you are missing out on good baseball and absolutely fabulous weather.
The 0-2 with 2 outs.
I want to wish everybody a happy Easter holiday and a wonderful Good Friday. Enjoy the views from home in your air conditioning, and I hope to see you here at Frazier Field soon.
Gwen Davenport from Little Mountain, South Carolina, and Jason Davis out of Martinsville, Virginia. Thanks for joining us. Hanging around 50 to 60 people this afternoon on a Friday. Usually making it, I took today off. It feels like a Saturday to me.
Feels like a Saturday to me as well.
Full count now, and a payoff pitch about to come from Anthony Dorner to Bryson Redmond. Chopped right back to Dorner, fields it himself.
1-2-3 inning for the southpaw, just what the Hurricanes needed to get these bats in groove again, get back in here in the bottom of the 6th inning and try to take this lead.
Little hop in his step as he goes out and back to the dugout. That familiar face of Jay Stun giving the high fives to the rest of his teammates. 3 up, 3 down to start the 6th. We're in the middle, going to the home half. You're watching Hurricanes baseball. Danny Babb and Bill Martone coming back from break. We're in the home half of the 6th inning with a 1-run game. Has been a seesaw teeter-totter, back and forth matchup, making for a pretty exciting game 1. Not a waste of time to watch. Ground ball, 6-3. On 1 pitch, 1 out, as Brady Paul heads right back into the dugout. Excuse me.
Bless you, grounded into the defensive replacement there at shortstop number 45. Now we have Peyton Wilson, Cam Wilson. I'm trying to
there you
combine.
go. You got
Peyton,
the Wilsons.
Shipman, Wilson,
You
Peyton,
got a case
Camden.
of the Wilsons.
I'm telling you. Good looping breaking ball there in for a strike in the top of the zone.
So just to inform all the scouts in the audience today, we've been informed during the break.
Our radar gun is probably 4 or 5 miles per hour short of accuracy compared to other guns in the complex. We'll not be posting any more velo on our web feed here. Don't want to give any bad information. Certainly don't want to shortchange or short sell anyone's ability or velo at this point.
Check swing on the 0-2. And field umpire Alan Alford out of frame on the right side says that Cam Wilson did not go. Cam Wilson, he does an excellent job of checking that swing, leaving the barrel back, even though his upper body kind of rotates through. He never breaks those wrists.
Major leaguer named David Justice for the Braves made a living off that hinge, just stopping. That barrel would stop, the body would torque through, and the bat would lag behind. Takes some very, very strong forearms and wrist control to keep that barrel from going through the zone. So unfortunately, looks at strike 3 down and in the zone. Got to bring Jace Dunn, number 32, to the plate.
Dylan Howell giving a little bit of repair work to the dirt just behind home plate. Finley's first offering to Jace Dunn, high and away. And 2 out with nobody on. Josh Hall at third is kind of playing on the base path. Not quite shallow, but he's certainly trying to give himself an opportunity to field a slow dribbler from Jace Dunn. Should it go on the left side?
We tend not to see a lot of slow dribbles from the bat of Jace Dunn. Ball.
Heck no.
Kid's got some velo in excess of 100 exiting the bat. I would not be surprised to see him get the green light here on 3-0. Down by 1 run. Going to take ball 4 and trot on down to first base and let Connor Wright have a chance at it. Love to see Connor Wright get a hold of one and level it out. He's had several pop-ups today. Back shoulder dropping just a little bit on those at-bats. If he could stay level against this lefty, we could see some fireworks.
Dunn reaches for the 4th time out of 4 trips to the plate today.
I believe 2 walks and 2 singles.
You would be correct.
And also picked up an RBI on that first single with 2 outs, I believe, in the first inning to really get this offensive machine kicked into gear.
Man, I gotta take whatever supplements you're taking because you have terrific recall.
That's about all I got to offer, Bill. When you suffer from the looks department, you got to have a little bit of a brain to go with it, I guess. I'm not a package deal. I was once told I had the perfect face for radio.
Yeah, you and me together.
As Connor Wright faces ball 3 here.
Jace Dunn having fun down at first. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pickoff.
Pickoff move.
And it gets past, but not enough for Dunn.
Yeah.
He's a speedster, but not that much.
I think that ball just kind of caromed off the glove in the short right field, just behind the first baseman. That would.
I want to see Dunn kind of slapping at the first baseman, playing games over there like Freddie Freeman.
Hey, this is a game for kids, played by kids, imitated by men. You got to have fun playing this ball game.
Heck yeah. Finley now on the bump, dealing to Connor Wright with a 3-1.
Good take there.
Howell tried his best to frame it back down and in, but not enough to persuade Justin Edwards, as Connor Wright will get a walk of his own, and Jay Stun down to second, all with 2 outs, back-to-back walks.
Pitcher Finley there expressing his anger and disagreement with the call there on the ball forwards and the home plate umpire, showing a little angst. Gotta love a fire in a pitcher like that.
Fly ball, center field.
I think the yard
McEnany
will hold that.
comes up with it.
Good deep fly ball, good barrel.
Oh my, apologies. No run score as runners are left on as the 6th inning concludes here at Frazier Field, but we got 3 more to go. 7, 8, and 9. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Got strike 1 to the leadoff batter for Patrick Henry on an attempted bunt.
Center fielder Austin McEnany. 1 for 3.
You notice how I leave these difficult name pronunciations to you, Bill. I'll chime in when there's a Lee, a Smith, or a Thompson.
I did have to attend remedial reading when I was younger. Taught me how to enunciate to the back row.
I might still be a participant in that program, so I'll leave that there as we continue to watch Dorner try to pitch us to a lead. I see our Game 2 starter, Henry Good, number 41, over on the plyo ball, getting ready for the start of Game 2.
The 0-2 off the shoe.
That was a great hard slider down and in to a righty.
Justin Edwards calls out to Alan Alford. He said he did not swing. I was thinking more about did he get hit. There he swings.
There, boy. Dorner has got a little bit of a pop in his step, a little strut around the mound after a strikeout.
Heck yeah, a little peacocking, I think is the reference. Nothing wrong with it either. He deserves it. He earned it. Start off the 6th inning. 7th inning, pardon me, with a strikeout.
Great slider down and in there.
Josh Hall looks at that for a called strike.
Buried that down in the strike zone.
1 ball, 1 strike, says the home plate umpire, Brennan Kaiser. Uno.
A second strike there where Dorner is getting in a groove now, really starting to fill it up.
Swing and a miss.
Another swing and a miss. The southpaw really is feeling his oats there after 2 consecutive strikeouts to start the top of the 7th. I've noticed with Dorner as his innings progress, pitch count gets up, he really doesn't fade. Kid stays strong.
Look at him, he is rolling.
Yeah, he is really starting to feel it now. He's getting into a very, very fast rhythm.
Yeah, when he's on, dialed up, and we're going to get a call down, and he went.
Oh, boy.
Alan Alford says that Dupree swung, so now an 0-2 count with 2 outs. And the dugout is fired up.
When a pitcher is in a zone like that, you just got to let him keep. He's not shaking off pitches. He and the pitching coach, Shane Bogley, or Coach Myers is calling pitches over there. He's in agreement with every pitch. He is just
a lot of swagger from Dorner right now.
Absolutely.
Loving it.
I'd expect some real hard heat here, I would imagine.
The 0-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Wrapped foul into the bullpen of the Patriots. Dorner telling Almeida, that's on me. That was my mistake.
Yep.
Didn't execute.
You see a swing and a miss here, you will see a dugout full of white jerseys that will absolutely erupt.
A reset on the 0-2. Fly
They're
ball.
to left field, that's going to be down for 2.
That'll be fair in the corner. Reese File come up with the throw to the cutoff. A lot of singles from the Patriots today. We're not seeing a plethora of doubles, triples.
Earlier on Martone, the first 3 base hits probably had a combined 150 feet. Nothing was really barreled. Then to compound it with a few glove errors in the field really just kind of put us in a hole. That was a good double to left field there.
Dorner swinging the arms, kind of trying to stay loose and in the zone, stay in the flow. 2 out and a runner on second.
I do see some scurrying action, someone warming up in the Hurricanes bullpen. I can't get quite a number on that.
Dylan Howell, the catcher at the plate, he has been to the benefit of 2 errors in his last 2 at-bats. 1 ball, no strike, 2 outs. Dorner deals.
Doesn't seem to be a scurry of action or a hurried-up warm-up session, just someone trying to get loose in our Hurricanes bullpen. We'll give you an update when we get a number. I believe I've been informed that's number 29, Isaac Bennett, the right-hander from Harnett County Triton High School. Put in some very good work and numbers this year for the Hurricanes in his freshman year.
The turnaround, unexecuted pickoff from Dorner to second. I believe there's only 1 per.
Correct.
Allowed. The 2-0.
Dorner needs to kind of settle down. He got a little, I don't want to say over-amped there, but he was really feeling it. Kid fouled off a few pitches in the previous at-bat. He just needs to kind of settle down and go back into rhythm.
3-0 count now on Dylan Howell, the catcher. And he just misses high and away.
4-pitch walk there. We'll get a mound visit from pitching coach Shane Bogley. Probably just one of these pep talks. Hey, man, let's get back to work, settle down, get the blood pressure down, focus on what we're doing for the next batter, have an approach here. Also buys a little time for our warm-up pitcher, kid pitching or warming up in the bullpen, 29, Isaac Bennett.
Roughly 70 people right now watching live on YouTube. Appreciate your patronage and viewership. If you haven't already done so, feel free to leave us a little note in the live chat. Let us know where you're watching from. We got about 5 people who've checked in already. I'm sure there's at least 65 or 70 more people out there with a pulse that could let us know. Even half of that for that matter. Dorner's fastball on the inside. This is Brady Davenport. He is the first baseman.
Do we have a pitch count on Dorner at this point, Bill?
65, so he's really at the max here considering he's on all of 48 hours rest.
Right.
Having relieved in the midweek at Wake Tech. Hard hit to Jace Dunn on the right side.
By Jace there, boy. Attaboy. Gets Dorner out of a jam. That might be the end of the day for the Southpaw. If so, well done, young man. Well done, 5-2.
Some runners left on. No run score in the top half of the 7th. Here at Frazier Field, Hurricanes coming back up with Olmedo, Shipman, and File. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Finley back on the bump, toeing the slab for the Patriots as the first reliever behind Toby Wilson, the starter. Fly ball.
Lifts that to short left field. It's going to be caught off by the center fielder. Oh, and they run into each other. Ball's down on the ground. With that hustle, Clef Almeida will trot into second base there. A little miscommunication with the center and the left fielders out there running into each other.
Center fielder Austin McEnany and left fielder Bryson Redmond not communicating clearly out there as they just bounced into each other. And the ball was actually looked to be in McEnany's glove.
Your written rule there is your shortstop is your captain of your infield. He calls off other guys. Your center fielder is going to call off his outfielders. That may be one of those situations where he didn't hear or just chose to take the lead there and try to catch that. That's cost him a base runner. Good bunt there, good sack. Move Cliff over to third to get that tying run 90 feet away.
So great, fielder's choice.
Great bunt there by, I'll call him by his true name now, but I've been throwing the Shipman-Wilson combination out there as we have Reese File coming in now.
File singled in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. He had a true sacrifice fly to the left field back in the 4th inning. I'm always calling these kind of partial sacks where they move guys around just like we saw on that bunt.
Mm-hmm.
I think you really can only consider it a sack when it's an RBI.
Well, sacrifice bunt there, so you definitely get the sacrifice there. It won't hurt the batting average. It's definitely one of those that's going to drive a run in. The ball will be caught in deep center field, but
McEnany to the track.
Cliff will tie the game at 8 apiece now. Double Ochos on the scoreboard. Well done by Reese File.
2 sack flies to center field for Reese File.
That fills up the RBI column in a stat sheet. It's something every coach, whether he's here or watching, loves to see. Kid doesn't care about his statistics, just get the job done. Next man up, Graham White. Try to extend the inning, get another runner on base. Good take. Really looking forward to seeing this kid play at the next level. He's just got heart. He's got grit.
White has that barrel punch that he does every time he steps in.
Absolutely. He's overcome some bad luck with some injuries earlier on in career, and the kid just never has given up.
Helms to Davenport, and Davenport flubs it.
Throwing error there in the dirt by the substitute or the defensive substitution. It's short, allows Graham to reach first and extend this inning for Brady Paul, who's really due today. He's put the barrel on the bats and deep fly balls, but we really would like to see something in the grass in the outfield at this point.
Actually, I take that back. Jathan Inman at short with the throwing error. So an E5 for Graham White, or E6 rather.
Wild pitch
Reaches
over the bat will allow Graham White to advance to second. Wouldn't be shocked if we see a mound visit pretty soon. And speaking of, we probably have someone coming out to settle his pitcher here at this point. We've got a meeting of the umpires here. Not quite sure what we're discussing at this point on the wild pitch.
And the wideout, you can see our two umpires, Justin Edwards and Alan Alford, conferencing regarding something on that last play, which was a wild pitch.
Looks like they're walking both over to discuss with Coach Myers on the third base line.
If only we had a mic'd up situation, trying to use our RoboCam here to give you a view of what's going on. You got your $1 million man, Austin.
My international man of mysteries interpretation.
Power ears on. Anybody lip reader out there? Quick, let us know what they're talking about. So Justin Edwards and Alan Alford there walking off.
I believe Coach Myers is communicating with the dugout. There may be some communication there with Coach Bogley at first base. I'm not quite sure.
Probably, if I had to guess, with the wild pitch, pass ball situation, some excitement in the dugout for...
Things get said, maybe aimed at a particular player or something. That's probably what it is. Coach Bogley speaking to the guys in the dugout. That's just going to get some more volume turned up. Might not be directed at anyone in particular, but I would definitely stir up a hornet's nest down there in the Hurricanes dugout.
Definitely everybody up on the rail and excited. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner goes. That throw is going to get him.
I don't know if that was a miscommunication on a hit and run opportunity there or just a straight steal. I know with Graham's speed, he probably has the green light to take off and go whenever possible. But your Hurricanes tied up, knocked the game up at 8 in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Both teams tied at 8 as Dorner comes back in for another inning.
Coming back at the top of the 8th inning with Anthony Dorner still on the bump. And the first pitch stroked into right field.
I know the thought process here of staying with Dorner. They've got, I believe, 7, if not 8 lefty bats in this lineup right now, so we're loving the lefty on lefty action as far as our pitching versus their batting, kind of advantages there with the lefties. Want Dorner to get a quick inning here, go get some more rest, and let's get these Hurricanes bats warmed up again in the bottom of the 8th. Check swing called, going to be a strike there for Dorner.
Andrevet started off the inning with a single to right field.
Thanks for saving me with that pronunciation again, Bill.
Copeland now in the box.
I think I could have handled that one. I should have been all over that. My apologies.
Copeland is 1 for 3. He flied out in the 6th to Peyton Shipman in right. Singled in the 2nd and walked in the 4th.
Great pitch. Great pitch. That pumps Dorner up. Took a little off there. Perfect placement at the knees on the inside corner.
Copeland just kind of stared at it right into the glove of Almeida.
Yeah. Every now and then, you said it earlier, sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you, but that was a very, very good pitch sequence there.
Yeah. By the way, that off-speed breaking ball, our gun said was 139 miles an hour.
Yeah. Let's let the scouts line up for that.
Ooh. If that's your off-speed.
Oh, I don't want to face the fastball. Now batting the relief shortstop, number 45, Jathan Inman, digging in.
You have a lisp?
I do. I have a lisp or a list.
You got a list.
I do have a list. Strikeout victim on his pinch hit attempt earlier.
Yes, sir, he was. That was the second strikeout, or the second out of the inning back in the 6th. We are in the top of the 8th. If you're just joining us, thanks and welcome aboard.
Good barrel to going to foul that ball out.
Peyton Shipman right on the line, out of frame, but just let it be known. He caught that right, straddling the right field line. And that is a quick 2 outs with a runner on. Yeah, hopefully I didn't insult anybody's parents with the spelling and pronunciation of Mr. Inman's first name. It's creative.
I like the spelling. I think I would say Jathan.
Yep, that's correct.
As Bryson Redmond digs in now for
top of the lineup for the Patriots.
This kid's got a good swing. I like seeing this left-handed swing. Kid's got a little pep in the step.
A lot of chicken scratch in his box scores, but he's 1 for 4. So
he's not been an easy out.
Nuh-uh. He grounded out to start the game off. Then he reached on an error. He singled, he walked, and grounded out back to Anthony Dorner.
Just your typical leadoff man, just putting the bat on the ball, putting the ball in play, good things happen. As he falls behind 1 and 2 here to our lefty Dorner. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe some elevation in a fastball here to really just try to blow something by him. Or it could go with the sweeper outside. Unfortunately, he left a ball hanging over the middle of the plate that's going to advance the runner to third.
So Andrevet at third, Inman at second.
I know Dorner would want that pitch back. He left that hanging over the middle of the plate on the 1-2 count. Didn't really have to give him anything that he could barrel there.
Pardon me, not Inman at second. That's Redmond at first. So first and third with 2 outs. And the second in the lineup overall, Austin McEnany, the center fielder. He struck out to start off the 7th. Line drive up the middle.
Base hit up the middle and score the run from third.
At this point, I think the reality here is whoever is the arm coming in behind is likely to come in soon.
You would want to.
I know you want to get that third out, but
start a guy fresh with the next inning. I see Coach Myers coming out of the dugout, but no intention to walk toward the mound right now. He's going to give his lefty, a redshirt sophomore, a chance to finish this out with a steal attempt at third.
Nice throw, but not in time.
I'd love to see Cam Wilson kind of straddle that bag instead of cutting that off in front of the bag to try to swipe back down, hold his ground there at third. That was actually a great, accurate throw by Almeida to third base there.
Yeah, got out of the crouch quick and gunned it down.
Peyton just stepped in front of the bag and went to sweep back. If he stays back, that's
Cam.
a closer play. Goodness gracious. I'm telling you. I failed English and Spanish. What can I say, folks?
Get me laughing so much I got a cough.
Did I call him Peyton again?
Yep. Hard hit, left side, foul.
Foul ball.
For the Hurricanes fans, thankfully. KBS Various 451. Don't know what that handle means, but somebody in Dunn, North Carolina checking in. Thanks for following along this afternoon here in Game 1.
That might be somebody in the Isaac Bennett fan club. Isaac hails from Dunn, North Carolina, my neck of the woods down there. Hello to all my Harnett County peeps watching.
The 1-1 off the plate with 2 outs and runners at second and third. In the box right now is Josh Hall. He is third baseman. Well, I don't think that's Hall. This may be DePriest. 36. Who's number 36? If I keep kicking the...
That is Josh Hall Jr.
All right. I had him down as a lefty. Maybe he's a switch hitter.
He might be a switch hitter.
3-1. Barreled up into center. Brady Paul back to the warning track.
And we got a guy named Brady.
One-run scores and some others are left on as we head to the home half of the 8th inning here on the Louisburg Sports Network. Brady Paul, Cam Wilson, and Jay Stun due up. We'll be right back. Hurricanes trailing by 1 as we start the home half of the 8th inning in Game 1.
I believe we have a new pitcher of record for Patrick and Henry. We've gone from a lefty to a righty. I do not have a jersey number here.
2-2 is your jersey number.
I believe that would be Brady Peck. That's what it looks like to me.
Brady Paul.
Brady on Brady action there with a single to right field.
Rips that one, the 3-4 hole to start off the 8th inning.
Brady Peck enters the game with Patrick Henry with 12 2/3 innings pitched this season with, I believe, a ratio of 21 walks to 16 strikeouts. The ERA a little above 14. The Hurricanes will look to put some barrels on the ball. This could be a inning-killing 6-4-3 double play.
Quick 2 outs on a double play.
Now we got Jace Dunn coming in, who is putting together a pretty good day at the plate with a few singles and an RBI. A walk earlier, which led to a standing stolen base against the left-handed pitcher. He's had a good offensive day. We look to extend that here in the bottom of the 8th.
Peck's first pitch, a called strike.
Very fortunate call there. A little
bit on the
left
outer
side
third of the plate.
I would call that the outer third of the batter's box, but hey. That was a very good change up there. Puts Jace kind of behind. Little guess in here. He'll shorten up that swing and just poke the ball out in the field somewhere.
Closes up the stance a little bit.
Good take there on the high heater. We got
for what it's worth, Peck is on our obscured off-kilter. He's thrown in the low 90s. Unless our gun is absolutely kapooey.
Yeah, that first fastball had a little heat to it.
The 1-2. Chopped up the middle.
It's going to be a difficult
Inman,
play. The kids
6-3.
had a great play there.
Hurricanes continue to trail by 1 as we head to the 9th inning here at Frazier Field on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Louisburg College baseball team may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. While the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Louisburg College baseball. Top of the 9th inning with a right-handed arm coming in as a second reliever behind the starter Martone, and Anthony Dorner, who took over and carried the weight as the score has gone back and forth. And now the Canes trailing by 1 as we start the 9th.
Freshman right-hander number 29, Isaac Bennett from Triton High School out of Dunn in Harnett County. Do not have any individual stats on my sheet now in front of him. I believe I just had offensive numbers for us down there. I was, unless I am remiss, and was missing. I overlooked that earlier. I do apologize. Isaac enters the game with 17 innings pitched for the season, with an ERA of 6.35. And Isaac has had 15 strikeouts in those 17 innings. So look forward to some good defensive production here on the mound from Isaac. Good strike down the outer third of the plate for Isaac. Started off with a good fastball there in the upper 8s.
The 0-1 swung on and fouled off. Hunter DePriest in the box for the Patriots. He is 2 for 3 with a double in his last at-bat back in the 7th. A 1-2 count now on the freshman right-hander. Three balls, two strikes. Full count on the first batter with no outs. If there were any, it would be a problem. And
Good
swing and a miss.
Great pitch over that lower outer third of the plate. If he lives there, that'll be a tough ball to barrel if he can consistently hit that spot.
And just loses DePriest to a walk. Down to one field mic.
It's been a pretty long game here. We're closing in on a 3-hour time mark for this 9-inning game.
2 hours, 48 minutes on the broadcast clock and holding firm at about 75 viewers. Thanks for joining us. We got a double header coming. You're going to see another link on the Louisburg College official YouTube channel for Game 2. And we'll get maybe about 15 minutes of a turnaround just to restripe the field and drag it. Second pitch to Dylan Howell, the catcher, is a called strike. No outs and a runner on first. And Bennett misses the 1-1 just a bit low and away.
We have a few more arms heading down to the Lewisburg bullpen. Stevie Williams, number 11, heading down.
Popped up right side. Jace Dunn
action.
Going to let it go over the back of the Billy Godwin clubhouse. Saw a rumor that another Godwin from ECU is being considered for the South Carolina job.
I heard that as well.
Yeah. The 2-2 from Bennett. And a repeat.
We have a full count on the batter. Bennett looks to deliver here to try to induce a ground ball we can turn to here. And the batter is hit on the wrist, dead ball. We'll have runners at first and second after the hit by pitch. As we get a quick mound visit by pitching coach Shane Bogley. Come out and try to settle down his freshman righty. So we continue to see Stephen Williams warming up in the Hurricanes bullpen, number 11. As we get back to live action here with the pitching of Isaac Bennett. Number 19, Brady Davenport digs in for the Patrick and Henry squad.
Sorry, I had to step away, Danny.
You're good.
Trying to resolve some technical difficulties that have been plaguing the broadcasts. It looks like Howell is down at first and DePriest at second. And the throw goes out to center field. Brady
hit
Paul.
by pitch earlier.
Kind of a unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, throwing error there on the pitcher, trying to get a pickoff move at second and threw behind his second baseman who had snuck in there.
No outs, runner second and third. Infield is in. And Bennett deals on the inside to the right-handed Brady Davenport. Davenport 2 for 5.
Seems to be one of those moments. Isaac's got to dig down, find a little something here, really deliver here, get a good ground ball to the left side, check these runners, get a quick out at first.
The 1-1, swing and a miss.
Oh, boy.
Good high 80s fastball from Bennett.
Kid's got good stuff, good electric, good hard fastball.
Troy Daniels in at third. I don't have a camera on him except to put a wide out here, but Troy Daniels now subbed in at third. Roped into right center.
Should score runners from second and third for the Patrick and Henry team.
So a 2 RBI single for Brady Davenport brings up Evan Andrevet, who singled back in the 8th. So a 3-run game here in the top half of the 9th. Almeida going to go out. A little bit of conversation with Bennett and Stephen Lawrence, the shortstop.
Just get a little more warm-up time for Stephen Williams in the bullpen as head coach Bryce Myers is making his way out to a mound visit. Will be the second one of this inning.
A little bit of music between pitching changes might be a...
Chin up, Isaac. There's always tomorrow, buddy. You're going to come out and get him.
That's
Be
right.
stronger next outing.
That is the game of baseball.
Number 11, Stephen Williams, coming in to relief, being our 4th pitcher of the day for game 1 for the Hurricanes.
Williams actually had quite an outing up in Southwestern Virginia Community College last weekend. I think he put up a solid 2 innings, had some strikeouts to his record.
He has. He's had just over 6 1/3 innings actually pitched this season with 9 strikeouts. So 1.5 strikeout average per inning. ERA not to his liking, 14, a little high, giving up a few runs on those limited options, but Stevie throws the ball hard when he finds the zone. These guys are going to find it very tough to barrel him up.
Coach Matt Tulloch checking in. Thanks again, sir, for following along.
Absolutely. Hello, Coach Tulloch. Miss you, dude. Always a pleasure being around you, big guy.
So we're in game one of a 3-game weekend set, though today is Friday. I always like this contrast between Jace Dunn and Graham Wyke over at on the right side. You see on our monitors here. It's a little bit like Aaron Judge and Altuve.
Or for the younger hip crowd, this is Rob and Big, the opposite version there. That's MTV staple from a number of years ago, Rob and Big. Big was the little guy and Rob was the big guy, but talking to the umpire now.
Mr. Mike Daniels, who covers a lot of ground with his photography camera.
Oh, absolutely.
During all the games.
Mike is the goods. Where's he hiding at today? I haven't seen him.
I don't think he's hiding. We've seen him around the outfield fence at times, but I know his GoPros are up, so he's definitely here.
Yeah,
he floats around.
We spoke earlier. I know he was in the bullpen earlier when I saw him, but I haven't seen him out around the perimeter of the field in a while. He gets some great shots.
He does.
Boys.
He has a shot from Shelby, North Carolina, of Graham Wyke and Jace Dunn standing in between a pitching change. And it's just, to me, it's just an entertaining.
Oh yeah,
kind of.
Mike's a great guy. His wife Ann Catherine, wonderful people.
Yes, they are.
Raised a great son in Troy. As we get back to live action here with Willie.
Stephen Williams on the bump, toeing the slab. An affectionate nickname of Willie for Stephen Williams.
Just got a Mike Daniels sighting in the clubhouse area over there toward the end of the Hurricanes dugout.
Davenport down to second now as Andrevet is in the box. And he shears off the next offering. 1-1 with no outs and a runner on second. A walk, a hit by pitch, and then a throw around scores 2 runs. So now we're here with a runner on second with no outs. The 1-1. Soft on the right side. And there is the Graham Wyke to Jace Dunn.
Connection before mentioned there.
Maybe I have to, talk up some other combinations more often. Like, over at third, we've had Troy Daniels, who he has had some terrific defensive plays.
Absolutely. As 39, Jessen Copeland comes in to dig in for the Patrick Henry College team.
Swings through a fastball in the high 80s from Stephen Williams.
Catch me up to speed. Their mascot, is it the Pirates?
No, Patriots. Patriots.
I almost said Pirates earlier. Glad I didn't. Forgive me for those viewers, fans of Patrick Henry, the Patriots.
Williams, I'm going to say touching 90.
Yeah. Willie's got some velo today. Finally getting some good weather for these pitchers to really put up some numbers. Kind of hard to generate 90 in the 35 to 40 degree.
So I'm putting some mojo on the hot corner over there with
absolutely
Troy Daniels.
A weak grounder to third here would be the calling to check that runner.
Fly ball, Daniels chasing into foul territory.
It's going to make it out.
That was the first time I got that shot on air. There's Mr. Williams. I think I knew what I was doing as a camera operator right now, but
well, you got quite a few buttons up here to push, punch, and poke at. For those listeners, this is quite a production setup up here. When I first started watching this broadcast, we'll get back to that description here in a moment. Attaboy. Great backdoor breaking ball. Very well done, Willie. Just to elaborate on the earlier conversation, when you're watching at home from YouTube, you just think there's a guy up here with a camera and a mic. It is a nothing short of an MLB production studio up here in the booth at Louisburg. And the voice of the Hurricanes, Bill Martone, is an expert at operating all of this equipment, bringing this wonderful production to you guys. If you are watching at home, give him a thumbs up and show him some appreciation for all the hard work that goes in for the setup and production of these games.
2 outs, a runner on third, an 0-1 count. And Jathan Inman, the substitute at short, he has gotten out twice in his 2 appearances, hence he is 0 for 2. An 0-1 count now with 2 outs.
Willie's 1 pitch away from shutting this down and getting our Hurricanes bats ready for the bottom of the 9th to try to bring the victory home for the Canes. Very good breaking ball.
There's the runner and Mr. Daniels again over on the hot corner. Swing and a miss.
Willie. Attaboy, Willie. That was a little in excess of 90 there, I would imagine.
1 left on after 2 runs score in the top of the 9th. 3 runs the Hurricanes need to make up as we go to the final half inning, home half of the 9th. You're watching Louisburg College Baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be right back. Kind of right in the box to start off the bottom of the 9th. 3, make it 4 to walk it off.
Even if it falls short, just to build a little momentum heading into game 2.
Popped up to the third baseman, Josh Hall.
That brings up Steve Lawrence, our shortstop, number 3. Steve will do whatever it takes here to get on base, to get us some base runners. Just not wear one in the ear hole, Stevie, to get on, buddy.
Yeah, a little bit of ear music. Put a kink in your neck. One count with 1 out. Stephen Lawrence, 2 for 4 on the day. Couple of singles. And both times he has singled, he has scored. So if we see a single,
put a run on the board.
The 2-1. Hard hit left side. It's going to be foul.
Wow.
Just foul past the third base outer edge.
That's an easy stand-up double if that ball just skirts over the top of that bag.
Heck yeah. Josh Hall made the diving effort as a third baseman. I don't think he would have got to it even if it was 6 inches over the over to the right.
Steve used the pitcher's velo against him there and just turned it back on the hot corner over there. Good defensive swing there to fight off the inside breaking ball.
One out and a 2-2. And he gets plunked.
Way to wear it, baby. As I said before, willing to do anything to get on base. We need base runners. Steve knows that. Hate to wear one in the middle of the back like that, but hey, we take one for the team there. Attaboy, Steve. Speaking of taking one in the back, Mr. Hit in the back twice, Cliff Almeida now coming up. Cliff, a very good fastball hitter. Wouldn't be surprised if he really lets the barrel loose on a fastball here.
Fastball from Peck finds the strike zone to start off Cliff Almeida's at bat. Barreled hard on the left side. Makes it through past the third baseman Hall.
And that brings up Peyton Shipman. I think that's maybe the first out of 5 times getting his name correct today. My apologies to Peyton. It only took 9 innings to get the kid's name right, but I am a work in progress.
Somebody needs a new muffler on their motorcycle.
That was a good quarter of a mile away and was sputtering.
So base hit for Cliff Almeida pushes Stephen Lawrence to second. And Peyton Shipman, 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice bunt to move a runner around. And a single ended up getting him stranded at second back in the 5th. But a walk that produced a run in the 4th.
Peyton Shipman has worked the count into his favor here.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Swings through the breaking ball.
A very good changeup there.
The 2-2. Off speed again. Reese File now steps in with 2 outs and 2 on. But he has really kind of
he's been consistently putting the bat on the ball today.
Yeah, doing yeoman's work. A sac fly back in the 4th, a single in the 5th. And then
I believe another sac fly to center field earlier.
Yeah, in the 7th.
May have been the 7th or the 8th inning.
On a inside fastball. How you like that?
By the way,
Stable in grade school.
That's going to be
going to step in 2 for 4 with an RBI of his own. There's Reese File over there.
Ball 2 out of play, outside there to Reese. Excuse me. Here I go again.
I get these two confused. They're roughly the same build. I believe they were high school teammates.
I know Graham and Brody Hines were I believe at Corinth Holders, but
and a wild pitch is going to allow runners to advance.
Now the tying run now is in scoring position. Very untimely wild pitch there by the Patriots. Now a little C&I single will knock this up at 11s. We do have a 3-0 red light here on Graham.
That's Reese File on our camera. And the pitch to Graham Wyke just missed. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ooh.
Very fortuitous call for the Patriots there.
Yeah, that's a PC call from you. Fortuitous.
How do you spell that? Wrong every time.
I don't know. Payoff pitch.
Ball 4, and we're going to score a run. The catcher has no clue where the ball is. Your tying run is now 90 feet away, and your winning run is now at first base as you see the lefty Brady Paul coming into play now. I would say we're probably going to have a mound visit or at least a calming visit. We know we got a lot of action in the bullpen. And
right-handed arm warming up for the Patriots.
We do have a mound visit from the pitching coach. I don't know if that is the head coach or the pitching coach, but win, lose, or draw, Bill. This has been one heck of a ball game. Been a great thing to be a part of. 3+ hours of action going on. Close to 3 hours and 20 minutes of action, but an electric atmosphere here at Frazier Field. I hope it's been entertaining for those viewers at home as well as it has been here in the booth.
Yeah, it has. And some reason I keep coming back to the expression, which is not typical for me, but as you were saying how entertaining this is, all I keep saying is heck yeah, because it's it has just been a ball game.
As we said earlier, it's a Friday that feels like a Saturday, and Saturdays are not for working for most people, so we're all getting that extra day off and making the best of it, watching either from home or from here. It's been an entertaining game. Hopefully the Hurricanes can pull this out. Look for big things, big swing here from Brady Paul.
We're going to keep a close eye on Mr. Reese File over there on third. Brady Paul puts one into the Tar River, but foul.
Just a little ahead of that. I'd love to see that bat lag behind just a little bit and see some fireworks to the short porch over here at the 305 sign in right field.
The Yankee Stadium of North Carolina is Frazier Field. The 1-1.
Good take. Wow.
Yep, wow is right.
Not what number 16 wants to see when he's standing in the box.
Peck steps back up. Grandma gets a phone call on a 1-2 count with 2 outs. How dare she?
Good take there, kid.
And
as Graham White scampers down to second base, another word for our vocabulary today: scamper and skosh and scooch and fortuitous.
Fortuitous, yeah. We got it. Somebody please start keeping a list in the chat.
No, please don't keep a list in the chat. I'll be known as the Thesaurus boy here before long.
The 2-2 hard hit.
Right at the second baseman, yep.
Not without a valiant effort by the Hurricanes, as they were within sniffing distance of a tie, if not a walk-off.
The excitement all the way down to the wire. Great ball game. Congratulations to the Patriots. Well played by both squads. Very entertaining. Hate to see us come up on the short side of the scoreboard. We'll bounce back for game 2. Sophomore Henry Good will be pitching out of Harnett County, formerly from Garner High School. He'll get the start on the bump for game 2. Hope to see you guys back on the flip side here in a few minutes.
Mr. Babb was saying, we'll be back on Game 2 link on the Louisburg College official YouTube channel. You can find it there. But to wrap this one up, and for the executive producer for the Louisburg Sports Network, Dr. Gary Brown, and co-producer Jason Raznick, today's telecast directed by yours truly. For Coach Myers, Coach Bogley, the entire production crew of the Louisburg Sports Network, including Danny Babb, I'm Bill Martone saying thank you for watching Hurricanes Baseball here at Game 1. Follow along for Game 2. We'll be right back in a short intermission on that link. If you need to depart for the rest of the day, have a blessed Good Friday as you look forward to Easter Sunday. Thank you for joining us.